Hi, my name is Mandy, and so my client's name is Kelly, and she has a career in engineering. This will be her first session. She is being seen for self-medicating with marijuana for her anxiety, and her partner wants her to come in and see a counselor. And the purpose of the intervention is the client is struggling to develop healthier coping skills and to help improve life satisfaction. The aim is not to focus solely on eliminating the marijuana use initially, but to help the client recognize her existing strengths and resources and help facilitate solutions that promote her well-being and healthier coping skills. The theoretical approach I will be demonstrating in the video today is going to be solution-focused brief therapy. The intervention and techniques I will be demonstrating will be exceptional questions, asking the client to identify times when she felt she didn't feel as anxious and more in control. Ask scaling questions, 1 through 10, how does she feel? And then also a miracle question, inviting the client to imagine a future where her anxiety is resolved or her life feels different, which will help foster hope and focus on solutions. And then goal-directed focus, clarifying what she wants to achieve, healthier coping strategies, and aligning the intervention with these goals. And then strengths and resources, pulling on the client's strengths and focusing on future solutions. And then, so we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that right now. Okay, thank you. Hi, Kelly. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know before we get started, I am a mandatory reporter. So if you report harm to yourself or to others, I'm going to have to report that. Or if there is any suicidal ideations or homicidal ideations as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Not too
Okay.
bad overall.
Okay. And what brings you in today, Kelly?
My partner wanted me to come to a counselor. She doesn't like my use of smoking weed to deal with my anxiety, so she asked me to come see a counselor to figure out something better than weed.
Okay. And tell me a little bit more about your anxiety around using marijuana to help.
Well, I've always had anxiety my whole life, ever since I was a kid. I started smoking weed in high school, and I found out it helped with my anxiety. So I've just been kind of doing that ever since, because it helps me be able to be out in society and cope.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that you have had anxiety in the past, and that you have had experience with going out and experiencing anxiety.
Yes.
Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, can you identify a time when you have felt less anxiety?
Without using weed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd say when I'm not around other people as much, I feel better, or around people I know really well, like my family, I feel okay. But when I'm out in the community around people that I'm more acquainted with or work with, I'm pretty anxious. Don't really like to be around them.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that the time that you feel like you have less anxiety is when you're not around a lot of people.
Correct.
And you're around people that you're comfortable with.
Correct.
Family. Okay. And what do you think is causing you to have more anxiety right now?
It's really hard to say. I mean, I've had anxiety my whole life. I'm not sure exactly what makes it worse. I mean, I have to be around people for work every day, and so that is definitely triggering.
Okay. So you feel that your work and being around people at your work is causing you a little bit more anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay. And so on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you say that your anxiety level is right now?
Is 10 being more anxious or less?
10 being more anxious and 0 being no anxiety.
I'd say about a 7.
Okay. So why not an 8?
Because it's a one-on-one environment. I do better one-on-one. When I'm around more people, it's more challenging for me.
Okay. And so is your work more one-on-one or?
It's a lot of meetings and more than one-on-one, and people I don't know as well.
Okay. And what do you think it would look like if your anxiety was, let's say, a 6, 1 down from a 7? What would?
I'd be a little bit more familiar with the person I was with. Like, I don't know you very well, so that's why I put a 7.
Okay, that's fair. So what I hear you saying is that since this is our first session, you're having a little bit anxiety about it just being our first interaction, not really knowing me personally and not getting familiar. And so that kind of goes on with your work as well. Is that when you're in your meetings, is this usually with new people in your meetings, or?
It depends. I mean, we'll contract with new people, then So, and then we'll contract with them for a few months, so then I'll get to know them over time. But
Okay. And how often do you feel that you're self-medicating your anxiety?
A few times a week, probably.
Okay. And I remember you had recalled earlier that you were coming in because your partner. Could you tell me a little bit more around that?
My partner doesn't like me self-medicating. She'd rather I went to a doctor and got actual medication. So she asked me to come in and talk to somebody, see if there's a different way for me to deal with my anxiety other than medication or self-medication.
Okay. And have you done that in the past?
Anxiety medication?
Yeah.
No, I have fear of trying the medication. I just haven't wanted to.
Oh, okay. And tell me a little bit more about your fear around medication.
Well, a lot of my anxiety is around breathing and new things. So I'm just really scared that I'm going to have an allergic reaction to medication or a bad reaction, and I just don't want to do that.
Okay, can you recall a time in your past that you tried new medication?
I haven't actually tried a medication for my anxiety.
Not specifically for anxiety, but for anything else that you've tried a new medication, maybe for?
Yeah, I guess I have tried different medications for like my migraines.
Okay, and how did that feel when you first started that medication?
I was nervous about it, but it really actually helped quite a bit with my migraines, so it was a good choice for me in the long run.
Okay, so you can say that maybe at first you had anxiety around the medication, but your headaches seemed to be bothering you pretty bad. Okay, and so you knew that the best option would be to take medication.
Yes.
Okay, and what do you think was the biggest factor in helping you try that new medication?
I really got burnt out being in pain all the time, and it was hard to go to work, hard to function, so I really didn't feel like I had a choice.
Oh, okay, so you kind of felt to maybe help you move forward would be so that you wouldn't be so burnt out with headaches that you would need to try something new.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just say you went to sleep tonight and you woke up tomorrow.
Okay.
How would you know that something was different, that something felt that you weren't having the same feelings that you had the day before? How would you feel that something...
Like less anxiety?
Yeah. How would that look different?
I would be less fidgety, and my head would be spinning less with constant thoughts of anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd feel... So if you woke up tomorrow, you would have less anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay, and what would that look like to you?
Well, I mean, it'd be easier to get through the day. I wouldn't necessarily self-medicate in that situation because I felt calm. Like I could get through the day.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that what you're wanting to achieve is less anxiety. You want to
Yes.
help get through your day
Yes.
and not feel so anxious.
Yes. That's
And
right.
feel that you have to resort to marijuana to help alleviate some of that
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah. And I think it'd be good for my relationship and my partner. Really, it's important.
Okay. So, I mean, from my understanding is that you're really wanting to help
Mhm.
resolve this as well. Not just
Yeah.
coming in because your partner wants to, but
Yeah.
also because you feel like,
Yes. I mean, I'm nervous about it. I mean, always nervous about new things, and this is working, but
of
I
course.
gotta make new changes.
Of course. Most certainly. Yes. Yeah. And so that's what I can hear you saying is that, you're wanting to make those new changes.
Mhm.
Not coming in as your first step, right?
Yes.
Okay. Also, I've want to pull on something that's worked for you in the past. Is that in the past you have tried new medication, right? And so
Right.
that's a huge strength,
Right.
right? Knowing that you have been able to get through
Mhm.
trying new medication,
Right.
right? And so, what do you what do you think would help? Help you alleviate self-medication.
I mean,
Self-medication.
using my coping skills that I have a hard time fitting into my schedule, like working out and reading. Reading is really calming to me. I mean, I could try getting prescribed actual anxiety medication, but that too makes me anxious. So I'm not
Okay.
sure if that's the best route or if I'd be better off just using my coping skills, like trying to make time in my schedule to work out.
Okay. Or reading books, right?
That too.
That sounds like that's really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Is there in the past when did you find time to read books?
Well, I'd listen to Audible when driving between sites, or I would read during lunch break or in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And at that time did you feel like you had less anxiety when you were
I feel like it got me out of my head more so than I am right now in my head. So
Okay.
it helps calm my nervous system.
Okay. And what do you think is stopping you right now from reading and listening to Audible?
I just haven't made the time. I mean, I could definitely read during lunch or driving between sites, but I just haven't done it. But I think it could help with my anxiety.
Yeah. Is there what books do you usually like to read?
I like to read fantasy. It gets me out of the world and out of my head.
Okay, yeah. Do you
Fantasy.
currently have any fantasy books that you're reading currently but not reading enough of?
I have a long list to read.
Okay.
So I could definitely pull that off of my Goodreads and find one.
Okay. So, what I hear you saying is that the best time to read is like during your commute to
Mhm.
work and then also on your breaks.
Yes.
But lately you haven't really made the time to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. What about when you come home?
I've been kind of watching TV at night, which I feel like my head still spins a lot during that, so I haven't really been reading, but yeah.
Okay, do you feel like the TV helps?
No.
Okay, more reading. You're
Yeah.
more okay.
When I watch TV, my head keeps spinning. It's easy to tune the TV out, whereas reading, you really have to focus on it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so I believe that maybe a good coping mechanism might be to put reading back into your schedule.
Yeah. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. So on a scale from like 1 being the hardest and 10 being like the easiest, where do you think you're at a level with actually putting reading into your schedule right now?
I feel like I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'd say about a 9.
A 9? Okay.
Yeah.
So that you feel that you could.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And why not a 10?
I'm a little hesitant at nighttime, but I think I could definitely put it in like during my breaks or lunchtime or driving. Those should be pretty easy. But nighttime, just so tired. Might be a little challenging, but I could definitely make an effort to do that. So
Okay.
I think it could be beneficial.
Okay. So do you think maybe before our next session, you can try to, or let's say that you can put it in your schedule. What do you think would be best? Like your commute or during your breaks at work?
Commuting. I'll listen to Audible.
Listen to Audible?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a book that you think you could, or a book that you want to listen to?
I think I'll listen to The Last Graduate. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
fantasy book.
Okay. Is it the first or is it part of a
Second
sequel?
one.
A second
Yeah,
one.
I
Okay.
finished the first one a while ago, and it's been on my list to read, and I just haven't made the time.
Okay. And how many days a week do you think you could do that?
I would say every day driving to work. I think I can just make that change of sitting there, and instead of sitting there zoning out, I can put the Audible on.
Okay. Nice. Is
Yeah.
that something you would like to work on for next
Yes,
week?
I think that could help quite a bit.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.